Welcome back to somebody on wrestling and to another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. And to coincide with the NFL draft, WWE began its own version on Friday to determine who should move between Raw, SmackDown and NXT, and we're just over a week away from Backlash. So in addition to some draft picks, we got the usual way of blue brand superstars coming into matches. So let's get it started with the contract signing. Before we got any real action, Paul Heyman said Roman Reigns had removed himself from the draft, obviously tying in with him taking a break. But back in the arena, Corey Graves oversaw the contract signing with Cody and AJ. Styles spoke about how he and Rhodes saw about it to mix up for the first time. He also said he was annoyed by LA Knight, but now he's back to normal. He said he even respects Rhodes following their paths. The P1 said he learned a lot from Dusty about how to be a champion. Rhodes said everyone respects Styles, but he has to go out the door at Backlash because he has to win. They shook hands and ended the segment peacefully. Honestly, it's kind of boring. It made sense. Keeping Rhodes and Styles apart is the best way to go, but yeah, it kind of led to an uneventful segment before Bianca Belair and Carmelo Hayes were drafted to SmackDown. Jey Uso and Seth Rollins to Raw, maintaining the status quo, but buzzing for Carmelo to get such a early draft pick suggests they got big plans for him. Before it's time for Dragon Lee and Ray against Angel and Berto, Hayes came out and said he wanted a shot at Rose before the American Nightmare played it coy and accepts the match later on, so that'd be great. Before the match got underway, Lee and Berto started a quick pace right away. Lee saw a few high and flying moves within the first minute. The match didn't go too long before the break and ended with Rey Mysterio and Lee winning clean. Santos and Elektra came out and said he was serious about not being the one to attack Lee. We saw footage of Carlito attacking Lee, which he did after reveal. Carlito ran through the crowd wanting to escape Mysterio. This too was too telegraphed and short to be anything more fun than a few exchanges. The return Carlito will likely be addressed next week, but it didn't look like he's joining Legado based on how it played out. So yeah, an interesting little turn there. I mean, obviously not unexpected, but I think we'll have to see where it goes. That's the main talking point from this. It gets a 6 out of 10 from me. It was then time for Bron Breakker versus Cedric Alexander. Lasted 30 seconds. There's not much more to say. He hit a spear and won. But yeah, Michelle McCool and Tori Wilson presented the next round of draft picks. SmackDown selected Randy Orton. Raw got Bron Breakker. It was a bit surprised after just seeing him. SmackDown drafted Nia Jax and Raw got Liv Morgan. So yeah, a few little changes in there, but mostly the status quo. But I think, yeah, based on current storylines and everything they're involved with, it makes sense with the direction they all went in. It was then time for Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi, but before that, Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga were seen arriving backstage and speaking with Paul Heyman. Kevin Owens attacked them from behind, sent us into break, continuing that, but Belair was giving an interview when Asuka and Kairi Sane and Jade Cargill showed up. These teams won the battle for the women's tag titles and ended up brawling into the arena after that. Sikoa and Orton arrived later to turn it into a 2-on-2 before the Dudley Boys picked the third round. SmackDown drafted LA Knight, Raw drafted Ricochet, SmackDown got the Bloodline, Raw drafted Sheamus, very samey. Naomi and Stratton then faced off with Bayley on commentary. Naomi went right after Tiffany would have said press to start the match. This may not have been about for a title shot, but Tiffany being the number one contender would give a good argument to be next in line. Jax attacked Bayley from the crowd and Naomi tried to help before she was driven into the ring post, causing the ref to call the match off in the process. A non-finish and limited time hurt this, but what we saw was good. Tiffany and Naomi worked well together. The finish protected Tiffany, but it isn't ideal. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It feels like something we've seen before as well, which didn't really fit. So yeah, unfortunately, not too good. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Next up, it was time for Cody Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes, but before that, SmackDown got AJ Styles, Raw got the Alpha Academy, SmackDown drafted Andrade, Raw got Kiana James. Intrigued to see how Kiana James does on the main roster, really pleased for her. But yeah, once again, not too many headlines really. Before they started with a quick lock-up and some fast-paced offense. The former champ of NXT hit a springboard attack, but Rose took him down and made Hayes retreat a bit. This was a fantastic showing for Hayes, who had a great main event to cap off his first night of the draft. After both men missed the springboard, Rose quickly won with his finisher. He was saying his shoulder injury and showed respect to the end to Hayes. Styles showed up and had to stare down with Rose to end the show. So yeah, I think really picking up Hayes while continuing that story. And I think that's exactly the introduction that Hayes needed, even as a heel. Looked really good here. So yeah, good stuff. And overall, SmackDown gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I think, yeah, obviously a lot of this SmackDown was unsurprisingly focused on the draft, but you know, there was some good stuff on there as well. A lot to consider going forward, but you know, on the whole, I thought it was a pretty decent show, and yeah, it's going to get a 6 out of 10 from me. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.